Money is cool.
Aren't you ashamed? 10-6-9er, we got whores in the city. We need backup now. Don't be so dang literal.
Well, you've got one heck of a nerve.
Oh my God! The government is here! Run!
Hey, barkeep, whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
Ich bin ein Springfielder.
Shut the hell up. I've got the strangest feeling someone's gonna kick his ass.
You guys, this is all Kyle's mom's fault. Shut up, Cartman. Kyle's mom is the one that started that damn club, and all because she's a big, fat, stupid bitch. Don't say it, Cartman. Wait. Don't do it, Cartman. Wait. I'm warning you. Okay.
Hello, peasants.
Want to kill all humans?
We're there, dude. We'd like some money.
Yeah, money.
Money is cool.
Aren't you ashamed? We got whores in the city. We need backup now. Don't be so dang literal.
Well, you've got one heck of a nerve.
Oh my God! The government is here! Run!
All right, everyone. Hey, we're back. We're live here. Woo! Full crew back here again after all this time.
It feels like it's only been months, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And I
like
fixed
almost
the TV.
a half a year.
I fixed the TV on the stream so it fits.
Ooh, look at that. It does look fancy.
Yeah, man. It's been a fun week. I said this past weekend I got to bring Dwayne Steeler up into fucking real cinema, Regal Times Square, RPX screen. Crazy.
So this is all I really want to hear about, because from the pictures online, you guys got the full like red carpet treatment.
Yeah.
You guys massive theater. How full was it?
It was packed. Like, our theater was packed. I mean, there was also a bunch of other films playing there too. So, but a lot of people came through because you can only buy a day pass. You can't get any single screenings or single blocks. So people were spending $40 to just come see 18 and a half minutes of Dwayne Steeler at the Regal in Times Square. It was incredible, really. And you can see it right here on my wall. I got a nice sash. They gave me like a scarf for the festival.
That is beautiful.
And it was fun.
Absolutely
It was huge.
beautiful.
I mean, it was, honestly, like I said, it's kind of a blur because there's so much going on within like 12 hours. So it was like, you get there, it's like packed with people, random beast celebrities like running around, like the cast from Good Times was there.
The cast from
Oh, yeah.
Good Times was there.
Yeah. Like my mom was stoked because she got to meet and hang out with the cast from Good Times.
Oh.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That-
there was the Last Dragon cast was there because they did a whole Last Dragon screening.
What?
There was all the Warriors were there because it was like celebrating the Warriors anniversary. And actually, I worked with one of the Warriors once, and I got him to like introduce him to my mom, and I got to like feel cool to like introduce like a Warrior to my mom that knows me,
That's
I
wild.
met Reggie from Bad Boys. If you know me, you know how much I love Bad Boys too. And Reggie was there, and it was sick. And yeah, and then having Dwayne, all the crew there. I got payback shirts for all the people who were there. We were just running around. I felt like I had these buttons. I still have a few left, but I'm like running around, like handing out these buttons to people, like I'm running for like mayor. Like, please vote for, come see my movie. And
Yeah, but that's the idea, right? Like that's the festival part of festival.
it's
You know
like,
what I mean?
and the funny part is, so I did a secret screening because I couldn't promote it because of the festival. We did a secret screening 2 days prior because my friend had this connection to some small theater and he wanted me to play something. And we had worked on something that he was playing, so I was like, all right, you can play Payback, but I can't share it anywhere online that we're playing it because it was a free screening and other people were spending $40 to go see Payback. So, but anyway, that still had a huge turnout even with like low key promoting it. And it's funny because that screening was a screen, but it was still like a bar at the side of the theater. You know, everyone was kind of wasted. You know, people were like stomping their feet and like dancing to the music in the movie, like being like really rowdy. And then, you know, you go to this festival that's a little more classy. So like, you know, I'm expecting this like roar of this crowd, but like people were loud, but it wasn't this like, it was a very sober, actually the most sober screening I think I've ever been to of anything we've ever done, ever.
So, like, weirdly, that's how I feel when I do the 48s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It
is
feels
because
like that, yeah.
Yeah, and you're watching like everybody's everything. It's not that you can't get a drink at the theater, but it's like it's not a thing that you pregame for.
Yeah.
They're not running like house specials. They're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you might roast a bowl out in the car before you go in.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it's a way different thing. And
But the rowdy screenings are still fun.
So after the screening and after the day of festivities, there was a white party. You guys like hobnobbed it up.
So first, you know, everything kind of wraps up. We're enjoying the festival, and then 6 o'clock rolls around. That's the red carpet, and you get a nice little red carpet interview that hasn't been uploaded yet. But like Dwayne was telling me that he was like, you know, we're waiting on like the line before us, all these photographers and stuff, and Dwayne's like, man, I'm kind of nervous. And I was like, don't worry, Dwayne, you know, like, I got you. And then most people had about like three people, because you're supposed to bring all your cast and crew, whoever was there. So most people had like 5 people they'd bring up with them. I go to the line, they're like, how many people are you bringing up here? And I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then she looked at me like, oh, well, only one of you can speak then.
That's
we had all
hysterical.
like 2 minutes, and we had to like all getting tight, and all the tall people had to like stand in the back so we can all fit on this like spot to talk. But it was great. I can't wait for people to see the interview. And then afterwards we had the awards ceremony because we were nominated. Didn't win nothing, sadly, but according to Dwayne, you know, Dwayne says we won the hearts of the fans. So you know.
There you go.
What were you nominated for? Just out of general curiosity.
Well, it was kind of confusing actually. So it says we were nominated for something called the BSB Awards, which is like the blood, sweat, and bone awards. But then there was like subcategories inside that of like best actor, best whatever, you know, choreography, all this other stuff. And, you know, we didn't win any of them, but we were nominated. But you know what? That just makes me want to step it up. And also, when I saw the movies that we were up against, dude, it was crazy. Someone had a fight scene, like a skydiving fight scene. Like it was,
what?
Yeah,
What?
like they were skydiving, fighting at 12,000 feet. It was crazy. So it's like, of course, you know, we're up against some big players.
That's absolute insanity. A skydiving fight scene for the Urban Action Fest.
Yeah.
Like,
there was some great action there. I wish I saw more, actually. There were so many movies. Like, I didn't get a chance to really see a lot, but...
Did you meet Timok?
Yeah, he was there. I didn't get a chance to meet him because all the other celebrities were, like, kind of hanging around. Like, this is wrestler Ricochet who was there. And I got to just hang out with him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he was just, like, hanging out, and I just walked over to him. We were just chatting for a while. And he has his girlfriend, Samantha Irving, who was the announcer in WWE for
oh, my
best.
God.
So I was just, like, talking to them and hanging out. And then I actually went over to go, because I was waiting to go take a photo with Reggie. And I don't remember the actor's name. I just know him as Reggie from Bad Boys. But I had dropped one of my shirts, my Payback shirts, and then Samantha Irving tracked me down and like gave me my shirt back, and I was like, "Oh, thank you, Samantha Irving,"
Oh,
and said her
nice.
full name back.
I see. That's the one I would be more impressed with meeting. Like, honest to God, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
her Instagram is ridiculous.
And she's
ridiculous.
just even more ridiculous in person. No, but it was sick.
You'd be more impressed with meeting Samantha Irving than meeting Bruce Leroy Green?
I mean, I
probably,
wish
yeah.
I could have met
What,
Bruce
really?
Leroy. I would love
Yeah.
to meet Bruce Leroy, but said he had the most people. I mean, he was kind of the celebrity of the. Like he was always had just this line constantly to his table and whatever. And yeah, I didn't make it to the Last Dragon screening. 'Cause I wanted to, but I kind of missed it. But it was sick. They did like a live commentary screening.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. So then after, then there's we got invited to a white party, which I've never gone to before in my life. Didn't realize even what it was, and it was funny. I really had no idea what a white party was. Found out what it was, and then like Diddy goes down within like the same time where I learned what a white party was, and I'm like, oh, this is what we're getting into.
Well, when you said white party, I was like, did you give the disclaimer already online that this was not a Diddy party?
No baby oil was there.
You just wear white. That's all it is. It's like a networking meet and greet.
Yeah.
That's all it really is.
The problem was it was like the award ceremony went on longer than it was supposed to. And then my plan was just go back, because from where Times Square is to where I live in Brooklyn, it's only about 30 minutes. So I was like, I'm just going to go back home, change, come back out to the city. The award ceremony ended later. So we're like, fuck, it's already like almost 10 o'clock. The white party ends at 12. So I had to like rush to come back. So me and Reeves only end up having like an hour at this like white party, and kind of missed like a lot of it. But we still got the free hors d'oeuvres, and I met a guy named Leonardo DeBlacco. He was pretty great.
That's hysterical. That's absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, looking him up on Instagram. Leonardo DeBlacco.
Leonardo DeBlacco. Done. Done.
Yeah, but
it'll be immediately what I do after this.
I still have the wristband right here. Let's see the proof that I went to a white party. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
did you have to go out and get a white outfit beforehand?
Shout out to well, I've already returned it, and I don't think Amazon's gonna hear me. But yeah, I bought a whole white outfit on Amazon that I returned.
Beautiful. That's how you do it. That's
'cause
exactly how you
Amazon
do it.
will take anything back, even my Halloween costume. I also returned.
I do it too.
That's the key, man. Amazon will take as long as it's under 30 days, you can return literally anything in any condition.
I'm like, you pay for the service anyways. If I want a skirt for a day that I need to wear for work or something, yeah, and I'm never gonna wear it again.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm never gonna wear a full white outfit ever again.
Right.
Done. It makes a lot of sense. This is how to be good with your money. Once again, totally Toonular, bringing everyone great financial advice.
Right.
And while
Who
we're
needs Dave Ramsey when you got James?
And it's funny, me and Reeves just had like different vibes in our outfit. Like he had a full tuxedo. Mine was more like it was like white jeans and like plain white Vans, and like I don't know, Reeves described me as like a Backstreet Boy, and he's looking like, he's going to like a wedding. He looks like my producer trying to like pit me out,
It entirely. That's all.
Even wore his sunglasses the whole time too.
So how many bottles of baby oil were there?
No.
Not enough. Not enough.
Oh.
There was a lot of dancing. When we got there, everyone was just fucking just throwing ass, just dancing. And when we were on the subway over in Union Square, we're waiting for the train. This dude walks past us. He was like, "Are you guys on the way to a Diddy party?" Like trying to be like a little condescending. And then Reeves just goes, "Hell yeah!" So yeah, it was a good time, man. And honestly, all of it aside, it's just amazing to even be there to bring Dwayne up to that level and have all my mom was there. Joe Duff was here all weekend, came out to the festival. So it was just a really awesome experience. Like I said, it feels like a blur because it just kind of, you get so hyped for a thing and then it's over within literally a day. And it's like, all right, I don't know. It's a weird feeling. I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm just glad it happened.
So that's like when we got off the plane, checked into a hotel, and then we screened that night, and then the rest of it was just celebratory. I get it. You're hyped up to do the thing, and then the moment the thing happens, it's like, well, that's done. Now what do we do with ourselves?
Where do we go from here? I guess we just kind of get drunk now and just hang out. Yeah, but truly, it was awesome, and it was literally the coolest thing I think I've ever done in my life. I mean, to be in one of those Regal recliner chairs and then be able to watch my movie is ridiculous. I never in my life that I ever think that, probably never will again, but we came here this time, which is sick. Eventually,
yes, you'll get there, James. I promise you.
Yeah, that was my weekend. I said Joe was in town. We hung out a bunch. Went out me and Joe got to see some wrestling. Becky too. All of us took him around the city. Took him down to Chinatown. So yeah, it's just a lot of just me hanging out with Joe. The first night Joe got in here, we did the secret screening. Me and Joe drank for 10 hours. And
oh my God!
So it was a party.
Just all day.
Because it was 3 o'clock. The bar by me opens up at 3 o'clock, and they have an amazing happy hour. Every drink is buy one get one. So we're almost 15 beers deep, and then we go to the screening with that also has a bar, and so that was at 3 o'clock. We didn't get back until 2 a.m.
Jesus Christ, that's perfect though.
So yeah,
it's perfect.
I don't know. As much as awesome as this Regal thing was, and it's still so sick, something about just the rowdy screening with everyone drunk is, I don't know, it feels more my speed,
Weirdly, I get that. Yeah,
it's like bands, It's I like seeing bands more in a smaller, rowdier crowd than to go to a stadium,
like a big arena show. Yeah. Speaking of, guess what?
What?
I got tickets for Guar next Wednesday, so we're gonna have to figure out another time.
They just did a show in New York. I keep seeing all these photos of people.
Oh my God!
Where are they at? Shit. Brooklyn Bowl.
Yeah. No. Not to sideline anything there, but just to again, as we do our production meetings live and in front of people. I'm just tossing that out there. Next Wednesday is a bad day.
Well, luckily I have a pretty open schedule next week, so because currently not working, but I'm kind of happy about it for the first time. But Liz is back. Yeah. Woo. Welcome back, Liz. How's life? I mean, your walls look very bare and nothing.
They're very bare. We are moving. We are finally moving on up. Going into a bigger house. So
nice.
All of my stepchildren have room. So it worked out great, and we're going to be closer to Ben. We're going to be closer to Big Dan, and
nice.
It's going to be good.
Closer to Big Dan. He's going to be feeding you the wonderful Dan. Cooking.
I'll be showing up. Yeah. I think I won't be showing up at his shop. Dan, what'd you make today?
Just knocking on the door with an empty tray like Oliver Twist. Please, Dan, may I have some more?
Please, Dan, may I have some more?
Please, just show up with just a plate as a doorstep.
That's exactly how it goes.
Now, you missed the Clone Cops screening.
I did. So that was in what do you call it? Part of the Nashville Film Fest.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great, actually. They got a great reaction from the crowd. It was sold out.
Amazing.
Brandon and I sat with Rick Prince,
Oh,
to
okay.
it, and we were cracking up, and it was nice to be able to see both of our names on the credits for a movie.
I still
We were like, and there's Ben.
and there he is. I still haven't seen
Derek.
it.
I mean, I thought the trailer looked pretty good.
Yeah, listen, I am convinced at this point in my life you can turn anything into anything you want it to be. Like
That's true, sir.
I am absolutely convinced.
Well, hopefully that
But
is true for, a current movie coming out. Without naming names.
I'm sure it'll get there. Everything takes a little bit of time to marinate. You know what I mean? Everything takes a little bit of time to marinate. But no, like I'm curious. I still haven't seen like a completed version of Clone Cops.
It was pretty good. They did a great job on the chopping block editing, and
You have a role in it,
great
don't you?
job. Huh?
Aren't you in it? You have like a role in it, don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Not much of one, but just enough to know that it's me.
Liz is
Kinda gross.
She's a hologram, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm an innuendo hologram. But Philip really steals the entire film, though. Like every moment that Philip is in that I hate giving it away, but every moment that you see Philip as a clone cop,
Right.
I mean, it's pretty hilarious.
Well,
Each
I mean,
version.
In all honesty, both the trailer and the name give it away.
Right. Am I really giving it away?
Like,
Is it about
someone
cops that
has
are
to-
clones?
someone has to be, patient zero. You know what I'm saying? Like for them to
Yes.
clone. So, like, it's not really giving too much away, and that hardly touches on the bigger, broader scope of what happens and what is transpiring and where these people are. That was a tumultuous time, but it ended up being a good shoot. Like
It's
overall,
so weird to see Clover Bottom,
you know.
because we know. And seeing it, and
I don't know.
I mean, it's really great in the way that it's transformed. These people that don't know Clover Bottom don't know that it's in Clover Bottom.
I don't know what that
And-
is.
It's our local haunted asylum. That's where we filmed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, long and the short of it is, there were a lot of people inside of that place that were mistreated. And there's a lot of that still hangs out around that place. Like,
Yeah, we got one of those in
legit.
Long Island too. We
Wait, what?
We got like a psych center, abandoned asylum also in Long Island also.
Yeah, no. It's absolutely less fun than you would think.
Yeah.
It's,
I believe.
James, you're the one with the weird bridge. John Brennan's told me about something out there that's got some kind of like weird bridge where people.
I don't know
if
much
they
about weird
escaped or
bridges.
something.
Probably. I mean, we got a lot of bridges, so I'm sure there's. I don't know any haunted bridges, but I'm gonna go check that out. I want to check.
It was
that out.
some like asylum where there
we
was
got-
a bridge that connected.
Yeah, we got like 2 asylums in Long Island. There's the Kings Park Psychiatric Center, and I forget what the other one is called. But the other one's funny because it's connected to the community college, so it's like you're going to a college that's like literally next to this abandoned psych center.
Yeah.
Where
Well, ours
people were
is
like
next to
lobotomized.
the what is it? The school for the blind.
School
or
for the
something?
deaf. It's
School for
it's
the deaf.
School
Yeah.
for the
Not-
deaf. They
not
can't hear all the
good.
ghosts.
and like so the whole little complex is messed up too, and the state police use it as like a like a training sort of space. They take the paintballs in and they have their like home invasion scenarios and all that. So one of the first things that we had to do when we got in there was start cleaning all the paint off of the walls and then like trying to cover up where we could that shit. We repainted a couple of the rooms because we just couldn't get
That's
the
so
shit off the
funny
walls.
to like just repainting an abandoned psych center.
Dude. And
were you worried about the
overnight, we were-
asbestos? Because that's like a thing with like, you know, they tell people you can't explore the one on Long Island because they're like, there's all this asbestos around.
Well, so this is like just really like 4 concrete old walls. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like the whole thing is just very concrete. So I have no idea what's in the ceilings and in the roofs, but if the cops are using it to train, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to be, I guess it has to be relatively okay. But terrifying. Yeah. Swear I saw full bodied people in there roaming around while it's just me and D building shit. Like it's not good.
Damn.
And
well,
they're not happy. Like whatever energy is there, it's
No.
not happy.
I wouldn't be either.
It's a very weird place to try and do anything. Like a very weird, like a weird, uncomfortable place to try and do anything.
I mean, when we were looking at when we did Shitstorm forever ago, one of the locations we were looking at was one of the abandoned psych centers in Long Island, and glad that never happened because you know.
Could you imagine like what Shitstorm would have become if it was shot in a haunted psych center? Would have been a great big old pile of Krapopolis, right?
Hey, well, you transitioned
Oh.
before I got to ask you how your week's been. So unless you just want to talk
It's
about
also been a great big pile of Krapopolis. No, I mean it's been good. It's been very much sort of like even keel. We got an announcement for another screening of Where Dear.
Portland.
I heard that Vegas was successful, but maybe not so much.
successful.
So yeah, so there were a few people there. It wasn't. I don't think it was the numbers that folks were hoping for. So we're gonna outshine in Portland when I get up there. So if anybody out there is in and around the Portland, Oregon area,
And
December
it will be
7th,
the right version.
because I am delivering it personally. Yes.
So at least
Yep.
you know, you may not have a great turnout in Vegas, but at least it was the wrong version. So you know, it's like
At least it was the wrong cut.
Yeah.
So that way we can only shine. But yeah, so December 7th, Portland, Oregon, at the historic Hollywood Theater.
Nice.
I don't know what time yet, but they are screening something at 6. They have their usual thing, so I would anticipate closer to 8 or 9 is when we're getting started. We're being presented by something called Hishkenstein After Dark. I don't know what that is. I'll find out.
Liechtenstein.
But I'm headed up for that one. I got
Nice.
got
And
family.
yeah,
and
you got
friends in
family
the
out
area.
there, right? Because Jen's also from out there.
Yeah, Jen's whole squad is up there. So like I got a room to crash in. I got to figure out wheels, but other than that, you know, we're good.
That's awesome. I always wanted to go visit Portland, but one day.
Well, and the theater is gorgeous. Like the theater is unreal. It's it's this huge old movie house. It's been there I don't know, at least 70, 80 years, maybe a little longer, but it's got the big old school kind of front to it, you know, like almost spire looking things, big marquee out in the front. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to say the least. And then all these people I used to work with at Nike, I told them to come out to see what I've been up to.
See what life's been like since you quit Nike. And it's just farts and dicks.
It's just farts and dicks. Oh, I can't wait. There's at least like 3 or 4 of them that are going to be completely just sort of beside themselves. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, if I'm being honest. Like, I just want to look back and be like, haha, gotcha.
What are you doing with your life?
I mean, I used to dig in the trash. They should know. You know what I mean? They should know. They should understand it. But yeah, other than that, man, it's been actually kind of a quiet week. We wrapped up the haunt finally. We always do one additional day after the main season, so that was the 9th. So we're quiet there until what do you say? Sometime in December. So also next week I have my bail bonding class coming up.
Nice.
So,
Sounds like fun.
oh man. So every year we have to go back for like 8 hours of continuing education to maintain our license, right?
Okay.
So normally they have them at 3 different spots throughout the year. So there's the one in East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, and then West Tennessee. And this year I have to go to the one in Memphis because I got fucked when the Middle Tennessee one was. It was while I was away in New York.
Wow.
So yes, I have to go and keep my license valid.
Well, good luck. I hope that you do, and just pass your test with flying colors or whatever it is.
There's no test. You sit there. As long as you're in there for 8 hours, they would give a paper to a monkey. It's fine. It's fine. You just have to be there and not come back like 2 hours late from lunch. That's the best. So it really is like they're dealing with children, which I love in any sort of professional situation. If people are acting more childlike, the happier I am. So we got motherfuckers, they'll come in, they'll like put their papers down, sign their name on it. We break for lunch, and then they come in at like 3:00, and we were back at 1:00, and they expect their folders and their papers to be there. These motherfuckers go around, start collecting shit from people's desk, man. If it's there, like, they just start picking it up, and like they embarrass you to a point to where you have to walk up to them and be like, "I'm back. Why'd you take my thing? You weren't in your seat when you were supposed to be, child." Like it's that level. It's funny.
That's crazy. If you're gonna pay the money to do it, do it.
Be there for it, right? Like that's the thing.
Just spend your own money.
It's not the most expensive license to maintain, but it is money. It is money, and it's ridiculous that they do that. But whatever. I go, I put in my time, I play on my phone, and then I leave.
Did you watch some? Are you gonna watch some Krapopolis?
I don't know what I'm gonna watch. We'll see what you tell me to watch. But I don't know how I feel about this show. Like, I like it.
That's what I was gonna ask first. But my first question is it Krapopolis or Krapopolis? Is it Krapopolis?
I think it's Krapopolis.
Krapopolis.
Because they say it different, like in the show, they call it like Krapopolis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I guess it's just
I don't know.
So that's what I want to ask. So like, I watched the show when it first came out. I think 2 years ago now, maybe. And it was like I was into it. Like it was funny. And then I kind of fell off. And I don't know. First, like I do not like these Fox shows. Most of them, I've kind of really grown out of them. I don't think the Fox animation is really all that good, and it's kind of very generic and cookie cutter. This kind of falls into that category, but then it like also doesn't. Like I feel like Dan Harmon's still kind of being different, but still kind of feels like generic. But yeah, I don't know. What are your guys' first impressions?
Honestly, like yes to all of that. Like Fox animation it's gotten old, very very old. I like the setting. I like the idea of using sort of the Greek pantheon as a place to play. I don't know how I really feel about, I guess, sort of execution. Like there were episodes I enjoyed and episodes that I just was like, why am I watching this? And one of those was a fucking pilot, man. I almost didn't get past the pilot. Like,
I agree on that. Like that first episode, I only made it 2 episodes in.
Oh, you didn't get past 2 episodes at all?
That's all I got. But I gave it the old college try too, and it's just not, for lack of better words, it's boring. Like I hate to be that way, and I can appreciate, especially Matt Berry. Matt Berry tries so hard. Like, I'm gonna make it sexy. This,
Yeah.
but make it sexy. That's great.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, but there's only so much he can do, and that he's not the lead in this show, and the main character, and I'll butcher his name, Richard Ayoade.
Well, they're both the lead actors from the IT
The guy
crowd.
from it. Yes, he's just not. He's not doing it for me. Like that character, and the way that character is voiced is so just banal, and it's too even. There's not enough.
Yeah. I don't find
there's
him
not
also
enough going
like,
on to keep my
redeeming
attention.
enough either. Like, I don't find him like redeeming enough for me to like really care. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
King Tyrannus. Yeah. So okay, like, and then you've got like Duncan Trussell as Hippocampus.
Bless it. I do love Duncan Trussell. I just don't. I can't even get behind this.
So there's a whole thing though, and I guess it comes with the pantheon, with the notion of you're dealing with gods, goddesses, kings, mortals, all of that stuff, and it feels like they over-explain a lot of it in the first couple of episodes. I just let it play the other night, and I drifted in and out of a lot of it. It was whatever. Today, though, I started on season 2, and like I didn't get all the way through the first season. I did watch the last episode, and it lost me. I didn't really care. But
You didn't like the Ice Week? I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh wait, Ice Week I thought was how they started.
Oh, maybe I don't.
season
That,
2.
then I guess I don't remember which ended or started season 2. But
That started season 2 was Ice Week. I thought Ice Week was great.
yeah,
When they came back, like season 2, those 6 episodes that are up there are pretty fucking solid. One of the last ones, and it might have been the last one, he gets stuck in a time loop.
yes,
And
I did
he's
watch the
dealing
time
with
loop
the
one.
volcano.
Yeah, that was a really good episode.
That was awesome. That was awesome. And then when what's her name, Stupendous falls in love with the mermaids as they're going through like Homer's Odyssey, that's pretty great too. And I think that might actually be the last episode. Is they're going to and I could normally remember his name. Fuck, the monster, the like half horse, half man, half monster, half winged
Oh,
thing. The
yeah.
father.
Yeah, the father, whatever.
Schlub.
Schlub. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Holy
Watches
Schlub.
2 episodes and
Like-
knows more names than we do. This is why we need you, Liz.
I just remember that because it's Matt Berry.
Yeah.
Right. But they go to meet his mother, who is this proud centaur woman, and his 2-legged family she can't deal with. And like in those moments, it's very funny. It's good writing. It's good whatever. I'm not a fan of the animation in this
Yeah,
for whatever
I mean,
reason.
the animation just feels like generic Fox animation.
Stale. When I started it, Jen was still up, and she watches maybe 3 minutes of the first episode, and she goes, "What is this? Is this like?" She goes something like, "Is it just like Rick and Morty but worse?" And I was
We're like, yeah.
kinda.
I think Rick and Morty is just way better than whatever this is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's like, "Is it just like Rick and Morty but worse?" Yeah, significantly worse. But I think maybe that's one of sort of the problems when you start kind of mass producing things like animation in particular. The idea to be
Yeah.
so different, but everybody's still gonna compare it to
Your thing.
your
Yeah.
big hit. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, this is not as thought-provoking as Rick and Morty, and the animation is not as good either, or not even as funny, even.
And oh, man, so this is where you get into like it's heady in a lot of good ways, but then it's also it is very dry.
Yeah. I find it like, I remember just laughing at first, and then just kind of, the show just started going through emotion. Especially when you're binge watching it, it's just kind of moving, and nothing's really happening. I'm not feeling anything anymore. it's just on.
But that's what made that volcano bit like really kind of work for me, right? Like now you've got a higher god involved in Kronos. You've got the notion of being able to be stuck in a time loop, and he doesn't know what's going on for the first little bit, and then you learn, oh well, he's lived this day 60 times already, and then you're like, is it a Groundhog Day scenario? It was a fun little spin on a Groundhog Day.
He said he was around for like 100 years at one point.
So what's the episode number
I think
on that
it's
one?
I think it's S2E5.
Okay.
I think it's S2E5. And it was like that one kept my attention.
Did you like the yeah, it is S2E5. Did you like the Dungeons and Dragons episode? Like loosely based Dungeons and Dragons episode?
Wait, which one was that?
That is episode 9 of season 1, Dungeons and Deliria.
I don't even think I clocked that one.
It's
honestly.
like what's her name? Stupendous has her own like Dungeons and her own crew, of an elf and an orc and a wizard or whatever. And then like Deliria wants to like be involved, and she's like, "No, Molly, leave me alone." And then she disguised herself as like Susan, and then of course all the dudes like fall in love with Susan.
So that's a thing I like. I like a god that can sort of shapeshift and everything, because that plays into another episode. I want to say in season 2, where what is it? Maybe it's right at the beginning. It's when the ones from Asgard come down. Thor and Loki are there at one point,
and his daughter and Stupendous starts hooking up with Thor.
Right. But then you find out that Odin disguised himself as Thor to bang out the mom back in the day.
Yeah.
But she was trying to disguise herself as her daughter to bang out Thor because she thought she had sex with Thor, but she didn't. It got real what's the word I'm looking for? Rapey. Well, I mean, that's literally what they're talking about, is disguising themselves as other people.
Because even Loki did the same thing.
Like, these gods.
And then that episode's funny when they accidentally kill Thor, and then they make up this thing about, like, the little rat or the giant rat, and all the gods just believe it.
So... But okay, and so this becomes sort of the thing when you're dealing with like and you see sort of common themes even across this, and like the other sort of claptrap Dan Harmony sort of stuff. It's like there's always a D&D episode. There's always like time issues. There's always like reality stuff. And I mean, I guess they're good themes, they're common themes. You see them everywhere, but like at one point, there's one of the episode titles that's like a remedial introduction to something. I can't remember if it's archaeology or if it's something else, but it literally reads like a community episode title. And I was like, how self-referential.
How are you getting here?
Yeah.
It's the last episode of season 1, Remedial Archaeology.
There you go. There you go. See, it's like I don't know. I'm getting confused, and it makes me wonder if like if the Starburns guys still have like gas in the tank,
I mean,
or
they're
if
trying to
it's
get that
just
Community movie off the ground. Still,
oh my god,
Do you see The Visitor?
The Visitor. Oh,
yeah, kitty.
Kitty. Which kitty
He
is
needed to
that?
come see y'all. This is Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. Do a kickflip.
Do a kickflip.
He started to come straight for the computer. I was like, no, bro. He's going to do it again.
He's
God,
like, well, he knows where it's warm. Like
he
that's
sees
the thing.
people. He's my hearing impaired buddy. And he's so used to me working from home and being on Zooms that, like, if he sees one, he's like, oh, cool, visitors.
Here we go.
Friends.
This is what we're doing today.
What's his feelings
That's
on
amazing.
Krapopolis?
He's like, y'all, that show sucked. I had to sit through 2 episodes with Mom.
Again, I don't know. I wish I could like it more because again,
Yeah.
it is one of these things where it's like I like stuff to deal with like mythology
And I like the
gods.
idea of like this is about mythology and gods, but also the comparison of how like real civilization starts. So it's the idea of like the in between gods and monsters and like human civilization of like cities and yeah.
Okay. And I know it's early on, and I forget exactly the context of it, but there was a moment that did tickle me. It's when she's explaining, I guess, sort of like fertilization to another one of the gods, and he's like, so they just sit here and they dig through the pig crap? Yeah, they dig through the pig crap, they move it. And then they put it on their vegetables. They put it on their food. Yeah. And it's like, apparently it helps. I don't know. And that's the dawn of like agriculture.
Yeah.
Just moving shit around.
Or the episode about pants.
Right. The one about pants. And you see how democracy and law forms.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Again, great in concept. Execution just wasn't there for me. And I think it was said best earlier. Like Fox stuff just doesn't. What's the old Peter Griffin
Sucks.
thing? Turn my crank or grind my gears or whatever.
Grind your gears.
It just doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And, I mean, unlike other Fox shows, I think this is intriguing enough that I still think it's better than pretty much any other Fox show I've watched recently. But yeah, it's still Fox show. It doesn't like really feel different in any way. Even though it is, but it still feels the same.
Even though it's vastly different. Okay, it's not an American Dad. It's not a Family Guy. All of that is obvious. You know what I mean? Like sure. Okay, if those are the boxes that we have to tick, great.
But it's still got the mom, the dad, the brother, the sister, and then the talking animal.
And even then, like apart from the whole like general family dynamic of it, okay, like it's the same shit, different setting.
It's trying to take that family dynamic. It's trying to take Family Guy. It's trying to take American Dad and put it into this Rick and Morty type situation, this bubble where, Dan Harmon's writing style is that, this one guy, he has all these terrible things that happen to him and he has to accomplish this one thing in one episode. It doesn't work with the family dynamic.
No,
I wonder if they changed it. I wonder if that was part of Fox picking up this show. I have no idea. I didn't really look
like
into
maybe they were like, you better make this a family.
Because I'm wondering how long he's had this in, like, maybe an idea, if he's had this idea for the show for a while, and then Fox was like, well, we'll make it, but it's got to be more in line to what our dynamics are.
Ooh.
And then we'll give you millions of
And
dollars.
then that would sound right, too. That sounds like a very Fox move.
Yeah.
And even Hippocampus is basically Roger from American Dad.
Yeah.
Like He's this fish-headed monstrosity that shouldn't be. Like
He's the smart one.
it's
The awkward
even though
smart one.
he's the most fucking out there, he's the most grounded of the weird out there people. I don't know, man.
I mean, I appreciate how violent it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty violent.
Even in those first 2 episodes, I mean, there's the mutilated guy. That's the one where Hippo's going into forensic science.
So I thought that was kind of funny. That is a thing I enjoyed, where it's 2 monsters pulling him off the wall. But I also have this weird thing with a lot of, I guess, sort of modern comedy that's starting to get old to me. Is the over explanation of the joke.
Yeah,
we don't need it.
The over explanation of what we're doing, the constant pointing out the finger, like
you do something, then someone has to explain why you just did this thing, rather than just doing the thing and finding that funny.
Right, because if it's just the 2 of them, like there are 2 ways to do that. The one where he's like, oh no, he's a scientist, he's trying to figure it out, it'll all be okay, we're just doing this for science over and over again, to a point of it being like they pull him down and then all you need is like nothing to see here, and then they move on. I would think that would be 10 times funnier, because then you're nothing to see here, and then it takes them 10 minutes to pull the dead guy off the thing. That's funnier to me. Yeah. I don't know. There was another one, like Kronos and Kronos. Later on, they have this whole bit where they're talking about the difference in pronouncing the names and how slight it is. And they just keep over pronouncing the name, and I'm like, oh damn it! It just stops being funny.
Well, I say like one gag that sticks out to me the most was there was one. I think it's season 2. Like the fish guy. I don't remember his name. He's like doing surgery on this guy, and he's like, I'm gonna do this slight incision, and then you'll be okay. And then Tyrannus bursts into the room, and he like slips and stabs the guy in the neck, and then blood is just like. And then they're having, him and Tyrannus are having a whole conversation. The guy's just in the background, just, watching just blood, spew from his neck. And then, later in the episode, he comes back, and then, he, sticks his finger into the dude's neck and then cuts the finger off so that it, stops the bleeding. And then Tyrannus, the fish guy, talking again. The guy looks at his hand. His hand's now continuously bleeding, everywhere because the finger is gone.
But, okay. And yes. That's a great bit, because it's also that's how medicine was done back then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. And also not explaining anything. The joke is just they're not. What I find funny about it is that they're not acknowledging that this guy's just bleeding out behind them, and the dude's just figuring it out behind them. Why is this happening to me in the background?
What? And that's great. That's great. Give me more weird background gags. Give me more of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I really don't know. And that's the thing is and it's not like a giant crap fest or anything. Again, it has its moments, but it just feels like middle of the road.
Yeah, that's why I think I started getting bored watching it, because it was just I mean, I guess it's also kind of why I was thinking, why I kind of dig it, because it is a show that it can just exist in the background, and I can look to it every once in a while. It may or may not be as funny, but at least it's there enough. I don't know, it's good noise.
It's there enough. It is good noise. You're right. It's good noise, but it's there enough.
Yeah.
We're so oversaturated though with shows and everything. Just having something that's good enough for background, good enough to be good every so often.
Maybe if this came out, if this came out, I don't know, even when Family Guy was still being early Family Guy, I think it would hit better.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah, and maybe that's sort of the thing. But for me, even like just casual viewing, like I have a tendency to gear myself older to like shows more from the past, even just to have on. It's like,
Yeah.
and maybe it's too talky. It's too
It is
I
really
don't know
talky.
what it
It is
is.
really talky.
Yeah.
And it's a show
There's
that
a-
could have amazing gags because of the technology, the Rube Goldberg technology that the fish guy has, plus the magic that have the god. Like, there's a lot of like gags they do, and you could do even more. And then instead, it becomes just talky.
So when she's turning everything into snakes, into snakes and rats, right? Like give me more of that.
Yeah, because I think it's the end of the first episode where their people are lining up and she's like changing them back, like their husbands back from snakes to people, and then one lady brings over a steak and he goes, "Oh, that's actually just the snake. Sorry, your husband's. If you find another steak, we're still here for the next couple of hours."
Like little shit like that. Little shit like that is great, and they pull that again later on. It's or maybe no. Is it it might be the first episode. Is it the first episode where she gets into it with Athena
Yeah.
and they're fighting? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like so there's a lot to be said, sort of, I guess, about even ancient astronaut theory when it comes to that. When the gods are fighting up there, and you just see, what is it, like the orange and the blue fighting above the city?
Yeah.
That's what they say the ancients saw whenever the aliens would have their like laser battles in the sky.
I wish they'd bring in some aliens in this show. That'd be fun, having gods mixed in with some aliens.
Maybe that's season 3.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think what I hate the most about this show is that I don't.
We're already there.
Like, I don't find any of these characters like redeeming enough for me to care, except for maybe the muscly chick. But even she like just kind of just brutalizes things. But like Deliria,
they're not very fleshed out.
yeah, like Deliria, there's one episode where her and Tyrannus go to this god's island, and then the gods have to be humans for like an episode. And the twist is that the god's human that set them up decides he's going to murder all the gods. And then Tyrannus just switches sides and is like, no, we shouldn't murder the gods for whatever reason. And I'm like, no, fucking murder them. They literally, I've been saying this entire episode that they just want to torture humans because they're bored and horny. And it's like, why is he suddenly like trying to protect Deliria? And I just don't get, like, I don't find her like, yeah, kill her. Like, why? She's never helped anything or done anything great at all.
Yeah, no, and I don't know why you don't, kill the gods, kill your idols, kill the gods. Yeah. It's a kill. Isn't that the old Axl Rose T-shirt?
Is it real?
Yeah, kill your idols, something.
Way
like
to make
that.
me feel old right now, Ben.
I
Woo,
remember
flashback.
that. I remember that vividly. There was a whole tour. That was his tour shirt. It may have been one of the Use Your Illusions, I think. Something like that.
But yeah, kill them because they fucking suck. And I don't get why suddenly. And it's like they want you to like feel bad that Deliria's dying. And it's like, I don't care. Like they should die. Like literally this episode, she's talking about how much she still doesn't really like her own son. And yet he's gonna save her for some reason. Like it becomes like nihilistic in a way. I mean, maybe that's just the Dan Harmon-ness of it, but it's like the characters just aren't nice enough, or like there's no redeemingness about the characters that makes me care if they like live or die. You know, they're all just villains in this show.
And that's, I guess, I don't know, dude. It's a whole other thing. Like, when everybody's a villain or everybody's a hero, and I get that, you know, everyone is flawed, everything is in like shades of gray. Like, I get it. And maybe I'm also like a little bit jaded and too hyper focused on this shit right now, because I've been The one thing I have been watching for funsies, for me, has been on Peacock. They have like a docu-series on the Monday Night Wars.
Oh, nice. I think I've seen that exact docu. I think it came out a couple years ago, like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, most of it was shot in like 2014.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember 'cause that was on the network initially when that was still a
dude,
thing.
it's too good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm like 17 episodes into that, and I'm finally.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, look, Liz, I took like a month and a half where I didn't talk to anybody. New York took it out of me. I did. I went dead quiet for a while. But anyway. So I've been watching a lot of that, and I'm finally catching up to it in my actual like watch through of Raw too. So I'm right on the cusp.
That's awesome to watch that back. Like those things together is pretty sick because you see them talking about it and then what they're actually airing at the same time. It's pretty great. I love learning about them, even though like I'm almost sick of it at this point because like now like every wrestling thing is always comes down to like the Monday Night Wars, whatever, WCW, 86 weeks, and Stone Cold Steve Austin save Raw. I mean, it's always like NWO took over the wrestling business. It's like now I've heard it like a billion times over and over again. But that specific documentary show is amazing.
So and a weird way to kind of tie it into this, right? Because I can tie it into that just a little bit, okay? So the notion of WWE being able to write their own history because Vince bought out the competition, is actually pretty intriguing in the way that we can continue to manipulate history, which is why if this show exists, it might one day become what do you call that? It might actually become the legends that people in 1,000 years tell. You know what I mean?
They remember history from this show.
It has the potential to rewrite
people
the
learn
ancients'
about
history.
Krapopolis and textbooks in high school. The first city.
With the way things are going, yes.
Right? Sadly.
Yes.
In the history textbooks, it's going to be about Krapopolis and the Monday Night Wars that you'll be learning in high school.
Idiocracy.
Yeah.
I would tell you we are not that fucking far from it, in all honesty. We are not that far from really learning that shit there. Whatever. Anyway, I don't even know what else to say, really. It's like, okay, we've got the usual players. We've got a lackluster cartoon. I wish there was more. I don't know what else to say.
So do you think that if this show wasn't made by Fox, would it be different and better? Take the same cast, Dan Harmon.
If
take
it was
out
the
of Fox,
same show,
put it on Netflix
No.
or somewhere else.
I mean, it's
Max.
still, it is what it is. If they had a different formula, again, if they took the family situation out of it and focused primarily on what's his name?
The King?
Tyrannus.
Tyrannus, yeah.
Yes. See, I can't say his name, but if they focused primarily on him, took the family dynamic out of it, actually, and put dynamic writing in it and dynamic characters, it could go somewhere, but it's just not there. It's very flatline. Also, once you said that about watching what you watched prior to this, so it might have kind of, dulled your flavor some,
right?
Because you've gotten a lot of it. We started Penguin.
Nice.
Ooh,
hell
okay.
yeah!
And it's great.
Yeah, it's
and
awesome.
so,
How far
that
did
was
you
my
get?
comparison. That was the last thing I'd watched.
What episode are you on?
We just started it.
Oh, sick! Because
Yeah.
I think it gets like, all right, I won't say nothing because it gets really good in like certain episodes.
I thought that the very first episode
Yeah, no,
was
it's awesome. The first
fantastic.
3 are awesome, and then episode 4 is like, oh, this is what the show is going. This is where we're
Ooh.
moving. So it's great. Do love it.
I wasn't
It's
going to
Batman
watch it, and the
Sopranos. You
double
can't.
toasted people were saying how I love that stream, that Twitch stream, and they were talking about how great it was. And I was like, well, if these guys liked it, I'll give it a shot.
Colin Farrell, what a guy. He's fucking.
Yeah.
Did you hear that he had a penguin dick?
No.
Look it up. Dead ass. They gave him a detachable penguin penis that he would wear in his bodysuit.
Hashtag only things James and Ben would talk about. Wow.
I was recommended this article, and it was like
doing
legit.
a podcast with you two is these things, these moments.
So I have yet to watch Penguin, but now I am
Here's your sign.
increasingly excited. This is Now I'm
Look,
in it. Now I'm in it.
This is
100%.
said by Colin Farrell that his full bodysuit wore a detachable penguin penis.
Amazing. And here I thought Babette Bombshell's weird dick was the height. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to.
I don't know. That is pretty awesome.
That also explains probably why, because he had a funny quote too. They asked him about season 2, and he was like, "I can't think about season 2 right now. That shit was." They said it would take him like he hated being in the makeup so much apparently, and he was like, "We'll talk about season 2 like next year when I'm not."
Oh,
I'm not in the makeup for a long time anymore.
Bless him.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's got to be a fucking miserable experience.
Have you seen the
Oh, yeah.
look at the behind the scenes too of the makeup process? It is awesome because I mean, Penguin doesn't look anything like Colin Farrell, and Colin Farrell is a distinct,
not
famous
recognizable.
actor. You know, like it's like put in like a Brad Pitt almost in this kind of role, you know, or like a Keanu Reeves. You know what they look like, and then to look at Penguin like that is just like not Colin Farrell at all.
So, dude, I want to tell you too. Like, so I'm looking at a fucking your question from before, and I think I figured it out about if it was the same show, same story, whatever. Like the way you sort of fix it, and they address it a little bit, but the way you kind of fix it is you pit the family should all just be the gods because they are all like a big fucked up family, right? But they all have factions, and they loosely talk about it where like, oh, Athena's got a bigger temple than mine, or they're constantly building temples to Athena, all of this stuff. If you had focused more on the conflict between the gods necessarily and maybe sort of their factions, it could be a better show.
And have like the one human son that is the king, like trying to kind of deal with the gods bullshit and make civilization. Right.
But all of the conflict should stay. Maybe not just his mom, because then it's like mommy issues. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you build in more of that type of conflict, I think it could be better. And maybe you play that character, that king, once every so often for a laugh, you know? Like, I don't know. I would like to see maybe more of that.
That sounds
and
great.
I think that could help.
Like I said, the why I liked the show initially was because I said I love the idea of gods and monsters versus like civilization and where that line crossed. Because I mean, you think back to those Greek times. I mean, you know, like today, like in our religion that we like think about what religion is, and then you go back to like then, and they had a completely different other like religion. It's like, so like with a show like this, you can play that of where that line was and where's that shift in civilization of from those gods to whatever we do now, you know, which would be a cool twist.
Well, a fun thing would be to go to ancient Rome when they're changing Saturnalia to Christmas. Like that's a fun shift, you know. Like that could be good fodder. That could be fun. I I don't know.
I was
wanted
I
to
was
like
getting
it.
ready for a Jesus joke just then. I was like, he's going to say when they crucified Jesus, but he didn't go there.
Well, no, I mean,
We
you-
couldn't do that tonight. We've gone places, but we couldn't go there tonight.
The episode
Well,
of
you
Krapopolis where they
can.
crucified Jesus.
We could.
I'd watch that episode.
I'm gonna head out, y'all. I love
Oh,
y'all,
you're leaving,
and it was
Liz?
great to
Liz,
see
love you.
Yeah, thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Love having you
Thank
on.
you.
We miss you.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye, Liz. It's just you and me again, Ben.
Once again, James. Once again.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, I don't even know how much longer we can keep going on about this anyway.
Well, I think that's the problem. Like, that's the thing, is it's like so little of it like really stood out to me. Everything else just felt like kind of paint by numbers.
Yeah.
So that's
And that's
I think
usually
that's
not
the
what Dan
problem.
Harmon is about, which I guess kind of bums me out, is that he's kind of known as the guy on network TV that's not a paint by numbers guy. And I guess, I don't know, maybe he's just trying to get a strong paycheck right now, for and trying to bank on something that could be more stable other than just Rick and Morty, you know?
And especially since, Justin is out of the picture.
Out of the picture, yeah. So, like, see if he can stand on his own doing some other animation thing. And I don't know. I said I love Dan Harmon, but yeah, this just flies too generic for me.
Way too generic. Way too generic. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. What else do you have to say about it?
I mean,
Where
I
are
said a
you
bunch.
with
I
it?
said I love the idea that's like the gods, and monsters versus and how civilization is being built and that line between those times. But I don't know. I like that there's like other times there's mentioning like they talked about the dinosaurs one episode and Trans is like, what the fuck's a dinosaur? Like I don't know. I said I wish there was more of like history kind of blending itself into each other, because also, like I feel like what I remember from history, when you're learning it in high school or middle school, whatever, you're always learning it in parts, right? It's always like, here's the Egyptians, here's the Romans, then here's the Middle Ages. And it's like a lot of those cultures and times are like existing around the same time in a way. And it's like, I wish this show would kind of blend those things, like the way the Egyptians were with the Greeks and like, whatever's going on in Mongolia and whatever's going on. Like there's more of a world that I wish that we can get these side of cultures together rather than having this idea of history being so separated.
So, and it's funny you should say that, because there are also ways to play that inside, and all of this is sort of like you have to be willing to fuck with the timeline. You have to be willing to sort of like feed into and play on like existing sort of theories, no matter how crazy and, weird they might be.
That's why you do an animated show, for that reason.
Because to your point with regard to dinosaurs, what is it? There's the whole creationism theory that suggests the world is only 10,000 years old, if that. So dinosaurs would have existed alongside people. You can use some of these existing, even as far-fetched and as nonsensical as they are, some of these theories to create a better animated show.
Exactly. Or like you talked about earlier, bringing on ancient aliens. Like what's it like when the gods meet these ancient aliens? What's that like? Or what's the people's experience when they're seeing an alien compared to God?
Right, exactly. How do the gods deal with an alien invasion when it just looks to mortals like more gods are showing up?
Yeah.
Stronger gods, better gods.
Yeah. That could be the episode. That those alien gods actually treat people better than the real gods.
All of a sudden they're building like homages to spacecraft and shit.
Cause that's how that's how I would do like an Atlantis episode. It's like ancient aliens come down, they build this incredible society with amazing technology, and how these and the gods get jealous and they sink Atlantis.
And they have to fucking sink it.
Yeah.
We can't let this get out. But what about the millions of people that are going to die? Fuck them.
Yeah.
Who needs 'em?
They need to worship us.
See, that's a show I would watch all day. That's a show I would watch all day. Um, it just feels like there should be more, and maybe there will be. I don't know. So if they're in season 2 now, and there are only 6 episodes available, like, do you know if it's being canceled or if it is continuing right
let me
now?
find out. So according to IMDb, it actually has a listing of 4 seasons, but let me see if it's gonna be, because yeah, if you go to IMDb, you can see the seasons. It goes up to season 4, but it doesn't have like a date or nothing like that. But
Interesting.
But the fact that it got a second season, so Fox usually goes like 1 season or it's canceled. So usually when I see like a second season, which means it might last at least 5. But I will see what they say here. It just says, yeah, it's been renewed for a 4th season.
For a 4th season. Okay.
Yeah.
So then maybe that's all that Hulu's got up right now or whatever. Or maybe they've butchered the season count again.
Well, I mean,
and they're
season 2
playing-
is airing currently. So the 6 episodes that we watch are the current episodes that are running on TV right now.
Got it. Got
So
it.
we still have 2 more seasons after this one. Because, yeah, that's how Fox works. I mean, they do 1 season, either they cancel it, it's gone forever, or somehow it's around now for, like, 5 more seasons.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, we have it. And it never goes nowhere.
No, like I said, I still would rather watch this than Family Guy, or even, like, newer Simpsons. I don't know.
Dude, I haven't watched Family Guy or The Simpsons in 1,000 years, honestly.
Yeah.
I know we were texting earlier, and I sent you a Bob's Burgers rec. I completely forgot that we had talked about Bob's Burgers here. But I just did a rewatch of Bob's Burgers, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, that show.
I love it.
Is that even
Yeah.
still on? They still got seasons coming out?
I think so. Yeah.
'Cause I know they did the movie, but I don't know if anything was coming out after the movie.
No, they've got a yeah. They've got like a current season that's going. I'm 90% sure, or it could be.
Yeah,
dead
no,
ass
it says season 14, October
There you go.
2023, and then I guess season 15. So according to this is kind of weird. I guess I gotta do more research, but it says in the list here on Wikipedia that October of 2023 season 14 came out, and then it says September 29, 2024 was the 15th season, but I don't see it with episodes, but I know they have been airing. So yeah, all right. So they're on season 15 right now,
Nice.
and 7
Nice.
episodes out for it. So yeah, so I guess it is still crushing it. And you know what? I take it back. I'd probably watch Bob's Burgers over this show. I think this is probably the best Fox thing that they got going. But even Bob's Burgers, as much as I do really like Bob's Burgers, I think even this show is starting to get repetitive in a way that I'm kind of over it.
Bro, it is. It is. It's one of those things where it's like, but again, 14 seasons. Like, I remember watching Bob's Burgers. I got the DVDs and then I took them with me and watched them in an old laptop on a flight from fucking Portland to Nashville one time.
And, it's the
what I
only
mean?
animated show on TV that has a cast member that, ransacked the Capitol building.
I don't even know what to say about that. I'm gonna leave that be. Especially in these trying times, sir. In these trying
I'm just
times.
saying, that's if you had to mention your accomplishments, Family Guy is like, oh, I won some award. We're like, well, our actor fucking stormed the Capitol.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Seth MacFarlane just missed 9/11.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jay Johnston
He was there. He
did
was
a 9/11.
He did his own 9/11. See, Liz leaves, and then we just get fucking really dumb on this show.
And then this is what happens. This is where it goes.
This one shows sucks so much that we just start talking about 9/11 because that seems better.
It's arguably funnier.
Yeah,
you're right.
I wish I could just play me and Reeves' reenactment of 9/11 right now.
I mean, you should put it up on the YouTube channel. Like,
It'll
you
help
should
learn.
absolutely
We even,
borrow
we,
this as a.
we even made our own Lego Pentagon, and then the Lego White House that the last plane, misses because it gets taken
Right.
down too early.
It goes into the field.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
No,
full
bro.
reenactment,
Like,
full Lego reenactment.
I don't see why you don't and why you don't do it. I would say this is a perfect point to edit that into the clip out.
And it's
to
not
put
even what
up
I
on
love is
YouTube.
that it's not even like real Legos. It's like the real kids version, like the Mega Blocks, like giant.
It's
you know.
Mega Blocks. It's fucking Duplo shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, man. But yeah, James, that's really where I am with this whole thing, dude. Like,
no. Speaking of Legos, though, the little side quest here. Did you see the new X Mansion Lego set?
okay, so I saw that, and then
It's pretty epic.
I went by the Lego store today, and it's been out for a few, but I was out at Opry Mills, and they've got a Lego store there. Lego Mordor, the Eye
What?
of
Lego,
Sauron.
That's sick.
So rad, dude. Like, that is so rad. There's actually a couple of sets that I've seen recently that I really like, and one of them is just like a showpiece. But you can build like a Pac-Man box. You know what I'm saying? Like you can build
Pac-Man?
you can build, and when I say that, it's like the old arcade game. You build like the box arcade game, and then like it's got the track on it that you put up the little dots and
Nice.
everything. You can't play it, but it's just a rad like little piece to have. Like, it's very cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's very
When I
cool.
saw the X Mansion one, I was like, everyone has their own room. They even have like the Wolverine fucking meme in there, and there's a whole outside where you can like set up the fucking like I forget what the giant robot things are called that kill all the mutants. You can like set that up in front and then have all of them fight in front of the X Mansion and shit. I was like, this is intricate
Sentinels.
as fuck. The Sentinels. There you go. It's so sick. It's probably massive too.
It looks huge. Like, the whole thing looks huge, and it's $329. That's a lot of bucks on
So I actually
Legos,
watched
bro.
this like short documentary on YouTube of like why Legos are so expensive today, and basically like short version is that because now it's like marketed towards adults that Lego as a company was like refusing to do for like years. I think it's only since like maybe the early 10s that they like started actually marketing towards adults and having pieces that are 18 plus. But it's just funny to me that for years like adults were buying Legos and Lego refused to sell it to anything other than kids. And until they realized that they marketed towards adults, they can actually make money again because they were like dying as a company.
And that adults are the ones that genuinely are buying all of this shit. Like, I'm cruising through on the Lego website right now. All the stuff that they have inside of this is insane. It looks insane. And they have a Sentinel that comes with it that is the size of the building.
That's so sick. Oh man. That's so awesome. All right, well, before we keep talking about Legos here, what are you going to give this show, Mr. Ben Johnson? What are you doing with this show? What was your final thoughts?
I mean, I wish there was something in the middle. Like, I really do, but at this point, honestly. Yeah, because you can. It's watchable, but it's not great, and it's nothing I'd recommend to anybody. So yeah, I mean, all day.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it also the same. Yeah, because it's the same deal, man. It's like I found it watchable, but not fun enough. Like I said, at first I was laughing. You guys said you didn't like the pilot. I actually do like the pilot, and that's when I was like into it. And I was like kind of laughing for the first like couple episodes, and then I would like not laugh and then just kind of go through the motions. I'd be like, oh, this is kind of funny, and then not laugh again for a while, and then laugh at like one other thing. Like I said, the guy's like fingers bleeding everywhere, and then that episode wraps up too, where he just puts a metal plate in him. He just becomes like a superhero, and which I think is funny. But then yeah, that would be when I'd laugh, other than the fucking 20 other episodes I just watched.
Yeah. Yeah. Moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Dan Harmon, you're supposed to be better than this.
Where they all could be better than this. They all should be better than this. But with that though, James, how are we gonna bring the mood back up? What are we watching next week?
Well, I hope it brings the mood back up, because we're gonna watch a fucking classic that I think I've watched in my lifetime that I don't remember, but you gave me a nice list of shows you wanted to watch, Mr. Ben Johnson. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to pick from here. And I know, and I decided to, go bring back something classic, something that's out there that's streaming. I want to watch Inspector Gadget.
Yes.
Because I was a big Inspector Gadget fan as a kid. I mean, for me as a kid, obviously I grew up with the Matthew Broderick movie. And I remember just being obsessed with it. McDonald's had all the Inspector Gadget toys, and I had to collect all of them so I can build my one giant Inspector Gadget. And so then from there, I remember watching the cartoon from there. But yeah, I haven't watched it in a really long time, and I love Inspector Gadget, so I'm
amazing. And it looks like it's streaming on Prime, Pluto, and Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I saw that. So it's all over the place, and I think it's free on Pluto TV. Completely.
Yeah.
So if you really can't find it, people, free on Pluto TV.
And we are watching the original, which is wonderful. So 1982 to 1987.
Yes, there's a lot of seasons, so we're probably not going to get through all the episodes at all. But
no. We should look for. I'll do us a solid, and hopefully tomorrow I'll deliver to you guys like a brief list.
Man,
maybe,
we haven't gotten a list in a long time.
I know, right? Like I know, and it's obvious. So what we'll do is we'll hit maybe like a top 10 or something like that, because this is. It's a tremendous show, and it's one of those that, like, for me anyway, it stuck as a kid, Yeah. Because here's a guy who has everything he needs inside of him. It's go gadget, whatever.
I think that's why I loved it so much as a kid, and still to this day, if you told me you're gonna give me a cool robot arm that I can just fucking do whatever with, shit can just pop out of it, and I can like shoot my hand or whatever, like. I'm into, that's the coolest thing ever, to just have your body just be like, if I could be a cyborg right now, I'd do it.
Do it all day long, bud. I am 100% with you. If you could make me a cyborg, buddy, Jesus Christ, I would do it. I would do it. I'm not even playing. I would do it.
Because he's got like bouncy shoes too, right? His like feet like can become like springs.
Yep. Yeah, it's a go gadget legs, and then they bounce around the whole thing.
And I remember, I'm not sure if the cartoon does, but I remember in the movie his like hat opens up like kind of like a little helicopter, and he had like a handles on his hat, and he would fly. Like,
where do you think that came from? That's a direct lift from the cartoon.
Nice.
Yeah,
and then
you can go.
I guess I want to do some research too when we watch it, but I don't know where Inspector Gadget start as a cartoon, or is it something else before a cartoon, or?
That is a great question.
'Cause I actually have no idea. So I guess that's for next week. We'll find out.
Well, hey, listen, you come here. Somebody will research a thing. We'll do a quick wiki before we get started.
That's why we need Liz. She's the smart one of the crew.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's get the fuck out of here. We've had too many long episodes.
Yeah.
Krapopolis is a crap timeless
fest.
Fest.
It's a crap fest.
Come on, Dan Harmon, do better. All right. Let's go watch Community instead if you're going to watch a Dan Harmon Fox show.
Please. Yes.
All right. Well, salute, fellas. Peace out. Until next week. Pointing the camera right here.
Bammo.
All right, we are off.
Started that damn club, and all because she's a big, fat, stupid bitch. Don't say it, Cartman. Well, don't do it, Cartman. Well, I'm warning you. Okay.
Hello, peasants.
Want to kill all humans?
Work there, dude. We'd like some money.
Yeah, money.
Money is cool.
Aren't you ashamed? 10-6-9er, we got whores in the city. We need backup now. Don't be so dang literal.
Well, you've got one heck of a nerve.
Oh my God, the government is here. Run.
Hey, barkeep, whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
Ich bin ein Springfielder.
Shut the hell up. I've got the strangest feeling someone's gonna kick his ass.
Hello, peasants.
Want to kill all humans?
Work there, dude. We'd like some money.
Yeah, money.
Money is cool.
Aren't you ashamed? We got whores in the city. We need backup now. Don't be so dang literal.
Well, you've got one heck of a nerve.
Oh my God, the government is here. Run.
Hey, barkeep, whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
Ich bin ein Springfielder.
Shut the hell up. I've got the strangest feeling someone's gonna kick his ass.
You guys, this is all Kyle's mom's fault. Shut up, Cartman. Kyle's mom is the one that started that damn club, and all because she's a big, fat, stupid bitch. Don't say it, Cartman. Well, don't do it, Cartman. Well, I'm warning you. Okay.
Hello, peasants.
Want to kill all humans?
Work there, dude. We'd like some money.
Yeah, money.
Money is cool.
Aren't you ashamed? We got whores in the city. We need backup now. Don't be so dang literal.
his ass.